Hello, Flosstube. Today is Saturday, January 11th. It's about 7 p.m. and I seem to have given up on my habit of trying to record in the morning because, I woke up late and then we went on sort of, we were running around. My sisters and I went to the movies and then picked up my mom and went to Great Clips. I was, as we say in Spanish, muy greñuda. And so I got my greñas clipped. I don't know that we were talking in the car. I don't know that there's an English equivalent of greñuda or greñas. But just, it just means like messy hair, basically. Come here, Puck. Here's Puck. He's silly. Anyway, so I went and did that. We went and did that, and then we went, my dad had to stop, Puck, had to renew his Sam's membership, and we had to gas up the car, and then it was kind of late in the evening, and so we decided to run through a drive-through, and so it's, just a long day from like 12:30 till about probably 5 o'clock by the time we got home. I don't know. So it was a sort of, a very busy afternoon. And in the morning, I didn't get anything done because I slept late. Because I was up late, because I was stitching. And before that, I was organizing my DMC floss, and that took forever. Puck! Sorry, my cat he's being wild. He's got like, he's like getting into everything he could possibly get into. Anyway, so, Puck! Stop! Boo-boo! Stop! He's being wild. He's a wild child. Anyway, so wait, I got to this late. But I did want to, I have some things I worked on. I have a little finish, and some whips, and, stop, please. I feel like he's going to scratch me any minute. Get down, baby. And some haul and, some gifts. So I think I'll start first with the haul. Stop, please. Stop. Puck! Excuse me. Okay. I went with my sister to Hobby Lobby, and I bought a couple of these little canvas bags. There's a pocket, some pockets here on the outside, and then it's just blank on the other side. And, so I have plans I bought 2 of them, so I have plans for them, which I will not discuss yet. And then I bought some floss bobbins. There's some saguaro cactuses, and some llamas. That's the back side of the llamas. The front side is behind there. But I think there's, 3 of each. Hi, Puck. Wild boy. And then I bought, sorry, things are falling down. I bought some charms. Puckett. Stop. This one's not hanging right for some reason. Here, there's a little saguaro cactus, and this one says, stick together. So, I think I have plans for that too. So, now why that cat is getting in on it? Snug, no. So anyway, I started off working on stitching on doing some model stitching for a design that my sister made, and I don't want to show that yet because it's not done, and I want to show that when it's all done. But I worked on that, and then I worked on my Blackwork Angels. It was the Blackwork Angels were originally, I had started working on them in July. Puck! Stop! Sorry. Stop it, stop it, stop it. Puck it. Hold on 1 second. Sorry. Cat's being wild, wild, wild. So, my Blackwork Angels, that's where I have one finish. And that was this one here with the harp. So, this is all on even weave. I've got, two that I finished previously. But this one, I think I showed it last week I did like a whip parade, and also talked about the finishes that I had for Christmas, and a couple I did during the year. But anyway, but this one was a whip last week. I still had to do, I hadn't done yet the back of her dress, the gold in her dress, and I had not done the harp yet. But I don't know if you can see, there's a little bit of sparkle in the harp strings, because I used étoile. And I was a little concerned when I bought the skein of étoile that it wouldn't match. I didn't have the color with me, so I wasn't sure it would match when I bought it a few weeks ago. But it turns out that it just looks really great. And I think originally the design calls for like a cry neck, and I was cats are going crazy. So I was gonna do. I had some DMC gold metallic, and I thought I would do at least the strings of the harp. And there's another design that has an angel playing the lute, and the strings of the lute are supposed to be done that way. Sorry, there's a cat. I don't know what's going to today. Oy, they're big wild. But anyway, so I bought the skein of étoile, and it gives just the right amount of sparkle. And these are long stitches for the harp strings, and the lute strings are going to be long stitches also when I ever get to that. But anyway, so yeah, I like the way it came out. And then I had a little start on the next angel, and this one she's holding. I don't have the I'm working off of a working copy, so I don't have the chart to show. But she's got two little doves in this one, so I just had a little bit of a start on this one. And this is from Sharon Metcalf, this little angel needle minder. Anyway, so that was one finish and start that I had. And then I did work on the Gnome Biscornu. Sorry about the noise. Yeah. I did some work on it. On the Gnome Biscornu. Biscornu, I don't know how you say it. So, yeah, I did just some more of this is a snail body. Excuse me. Like this. There's a little body there. And I did the gnome, excuse me, what? I don't know why I'm calling him Santa. Gnome face here and here. This one is still blind. I haven't put his eyes or his cheeks in, or his hand. I think I have his hands. Yeah, I have his hands. But yeah, so I made a little bit of progress, and I finished the mushroom, but except for the white spots, I didn't fill those in yet. And the snail's eyes and little cheeks also. But otherwise, I think this mushroom is finished except for the white spots. And so then I have these other two to do. And just, little details on his face there. But this little thread down here. And this is just so I know which is the bottom corner. But anyway, so yeah, I worked on that. And then, just put this over here. And then I worked on my little Hedgy design that I had set it aside when I was, a long time ago, I guess, when I was working on other things. And last week I showed it as one of my older whips. And I couldn't remember the name of the person that I gotten it from. I won it as a giveaway from Arlene, the kitchen stitcher. So it was this little, sorry, I didn't take it out of the plastic. Little Hedgie. And it's a very small design. The finishing is a little involved because of just for me, because of stuffing and sewing and that sort of thing. But anyway, so I made some progress. I did this. There's these stitches here going horizontally, and I did the back stitching around his ears, and then I'm doing this white area up here, and then there's another color that goes vertically in between these stripes here, and then and there's also like a big back stitched outline here that gives you like a thing for it's part of the finishing thing, and then some black up here for his nose, and there's a, what do you call it, a specialty stitch, a Smyrna cross, for his eyes here and here. Yeah. And then the kit came with like beads that go in here, and then some pins also, and a button for him to for the base, and then this little leaf thingy. They're kind of obscured in there, but anyway. Oh, and another thing I bought at Hobby Lobby was this little hoop, because I think I was stitching this in hand because it's so small, but this is a little 5-inch hoop, and it worked out really well for this size. I had it in a little 6-inch hoop that I had bought some time ago, but it was a little bit big and a little bit loose. This is one of those that has a little ridge in the middle, so it holds it a little bit tighter. It doesn't slip around as much. The fabric doesn't slip as much as like this type of hoop that the Blackwork Angels is in. It has a tendency to, it has a lip. The back loop has a lip, which helps, the old wooden hoops that you can still get, the, basic wooden hoops. One of the problems that I always had was them slipping, the back hoop, sitting crooked or whatever, and the little lip helps hold it in place, and these hold in place even more because of the little ridge, that holds them. Anyway, yeah, so there's that. So that brings me to some these gifts that I got from one of my viewers, a viewer named Ruth, and she sent me this lovely card, and the card says, overcome the notion that you must be regular. It robs you of the chance to be extraordinary. And that's a quote by Uta Hagen. That's how you say her name. I think she was, she taught a lot of actors, But anyway, so Ruth sent me a lovely card. And what she sent is a couple of little project bags, and now I don't have one of them. I don't know where it went. Don't tell me. Hold on a second. Did you not? Oh, sorry. Sorry about all that. Excuse me. I remember the cats were being naughty. Just a minute. Anyway, remember how the cats were being naughty? Well, one or the other of them managed to knock one of the project bags that Ruth sent me. It fell behind and under the bed. That's where it got full of lint, dust bunnies in the bed. Anyway, this one did not fall into the bed. It's very pretty. It's got like spring, colors and floral things and polka dot there, polka dot fabric, and it's got a zipper, and she made a lovely little cat face zipper pull for it, and it that has a vinyl pocket there and a cute zipper. Project bag, lovely. And the other one, the one that fell down there into no man's land, is this lovely cat one. It has these pretty kitties, and pardon the, I'll hold it back here so you can't see the lid. But there's a bunch of kitties. And then a black, like a floral kind of motif there on the inside. And this zipper pull has a kitty in it. And these cats look kind of mad. But that's kind of appropriate. My wild cats that, that I have. Anyway, so yeah, these two project bags are really nice. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, Ruth. Thank you so much. So then, I don't know, I wasn't going to talk about this too much, but, I can't really, keep a secret very much. So I was trying to decide on, a project to do for the, Smalls Exchange for Stitchy. Sorry, I have something in my eye. That's what I get for fishing around to get my project bag out from under the bed. But so I was looking through my patterns and my magazines and stuff like that for something to work on. And I came across this little berry basket pincushion. So I'm going to look through my fabric stash. The pattern calls for, well, the model was done on 32 count, I don't know what, some kind of linen. And I don't know that I have any, 36 count. And I know I don't have any 36 count. I might have some 32 count fabric. Most of what I have is either 8 o'clock or 28 count even weave. And so I'm going to look through and see if I've got something appropriate, or I might dye something to go with it to work for it, or and look and see like what they have at I know that like at Hobby Lobby you can get different they have a few linens and things like that, so, and even weaves and things like that, and also a bunch of Ada. I have a big piece of white Ada cloth that I got on the freebie table at Stitch Nanigans. But I think I want to use a higher count for this, either 32 or 36. For the 36, like I said, I think at Hobby Lobby they have different counts, higher counts of fabric. So I might look at what they have available, and if not, a 32 would work, I think, just as well. But and then also this chart calls for DMC and or Sullivan, but DMC threads. And but since I do have a small stash of weak side works now, I might look to see if I have uh, some at least some of the colors, appropriate to this or whatever. But yeah, I like this design a lot, and so yeah, I'm thinking about. I think I'm going to do that along with maybe a couple of little extra things. I haven't decided completely. And then I downloaded the Fiddlesticks little fundraiser thing to help with the Australian wildfires. The little koala pattern that Fiddlesticks has on her website. Yeah, it's only about like a little over $2, and the profits from this go to a fund for the Australian to fight the wildfires. Yeah, and then I'm gonna go ahead and show this. I bought this little flamingo kit at Hobby Lobby the other day. I think it's down. It's mostly full coverage down here. Back here, it's not. Just do the clouds and the little palm fronds or fern fronds or whatever they are. You know. But yeah, that's kind of cute. And one of the things that especially with, I don't know, maybe it's my age, maybe it's what I give my money to. I don't know what it is exactly, but one of the things that happens is that I'm on like all these mailing lists. That, yeah, I guess your name gets sold around, to various organizations that have mailing lists, and one of the things they send to try to get you to donate to them, to these different organizations, is they'll send you like mailing return address labels, and I don't even know how many I've gotten. Like, somehow ended up on a mailing list for like 3 or 4 different organizations, and they all send me these return address labels. And actually, I used some of them at Christmas because I had them. But otherwise, I really don't send out that much mail. I have a few people. Like one of my friends from Arkansas is going to be here in Phoenix, in the Phoenix area, and I think in Scottsdale for Music Fest in February. So that's going to be fun. We're going to try to hook up sometime while he's up here. But anyway, it's going to be nice to see him again, because he and I were friends. He's from Bulgaria, and when he first moved to Little Rock, he didn't have a car, and so he lived like on the street behind me. And so I used to give him a ride to rehearsal and stuff like that. And we used to ride, when he did get a car, I used to ride with him to some of the run-out concerts that we had in nearby towns or whatever. So he was kind of fun. Yeah, it was fun to hang out with him. So anyway, he's going to be here in February, so that's going to be nice. But anyway, so like I said, I'm on these mailing lists. I don't know how I got to talk about my friend Carol. Mail, I guess, writing to people. But, so anyway, but on these mailing lists, one of the things they sent me was this planner, and yeah, anyway, like, it was, like I said, these are kind of obscure organizations. I don't have no relationship with, some of them I've never even heard of before, but they like, and, anyway, but one of the useful things I got was this 2020 planner. And, I'm not really good at keeping journals and things like that. And I've never been really good at it. I'll do it for a while, and then I'll not do it for a long time, and then like I feel like I've got to. It's hard. I feel like I either have to like skip over everything or like do a synopsis. Oh, this happened while I was, yeah, I've never been good at that. But I do have this planner, and I think what I want to try to do is like write down just what I work on each day as far as cross stitch is concerned. I'm already kind of behind. Like I didn't write anything on Friday. I really barely stitched like late Friday, into early Saturday. But so yeah. But anyway, so I'm going to try to be a little more organized, and that way I can, I don't know, maybe I can work a little more on that. I don't know. But I think that's basically it. So what I want to try to do, I don't really have any concrete plans for 2020. Like I said before, I do want to sort of, like I said, little by little, I still have a lot of time, theoretically, to work on that small for the Stitch Shenanigans exchange. So I want to look into the fabric issues and the floss issues with it to sort of prepare it to see what I want to do. And in the meantime, I want to finish the design that my sister came up with. Finish that one because there's some more ideas that she has that we want to do. But then I'd like to finish the Biscornus that I have and the Blackwork Angels and like that, the things that I've been working on, that I was working on last year, and get some of those out of the way. And then, I have the 4 pieces from the Stitch 9 challenge, and I'd kind of like to, carry on working on those. Maybe I'll do another 9 this year, and see if I can work on some of them this year. I don't know. It's January is just barely half over, and yeah. So I'll think about it. Anyway, so I think that's all I have for today. I'm gonna go fill up my project bags and clean them off. Clean off that one that fell behind the bed. And, I always tell my cats, one of these days, I'm going to beat you with a stick. And I would never do that. Just rest assured, I would never beat my cats with a stick. But it's when I get frustrated at their behavior or angry with their behavior, that's what I tell them. I'm going to beat you with a stick. And so I think knocking my project bag on the floor where it got full of dust is a stick-worthy offense. But yeah, instead I give my cats kisses because that's the way I am. Empty threats and lots of kisses. Anyway, so I meant to say I didn't even say my name or anything about this Flosstube channel. Flosstube episode neunzig. I don't know, those of you my age might remember that. It was a flash in the pan hit for just a moment. Neunzig luftballoons. 99. I think the English translation was 99 red balloons or something like that. Luftballoons is like a helium balloon. Speaking of which, when I was in high school and college, I took German. In high school, because I had like a weird hang-up about speaking Spanish. My parents, are bilingual, and a lot of my family is. My cousins and all that. It's kind of strange because among my cousins, Some of them speak Spanish and some of them don't. And it's just a thing, on either side of my family. I'll have, like, in some families, I'll have one cousin that speaks Spanish and one cousin that doesn't, or one whole family that speaks Spanish and other families that don't, or whatever. And the parents, my aunts and uncles, that were, most of them were, spoke Spanish. And, but so I kind of had a thing about it. I didn't want to study Spanish in school, and I didn't learn it from I guess when I was young, when I was very little before school started, I was apparently sort of bilingual, but once I started school, I didn't really speak it. But so I took German in high school, and so I took German. I had to have a semester of language, as a music major. That was one of my requirements, and so I took German. And actually, it turned out in my favor as a musician, because I understood a lot of Spanish just from hearing my parents and my family speak it, and so that helped me whenever we had music that was in French or Italian. Because I had enough of a background in a Romance language that I was able to understand what all the markings meant. And then also, having taken German and knowing enough German, I could understand things like, whenever we had music that was German, had German markings, or could Russian Russian markings. That's kind of a whole different ball game. But then also, like, some of the art songs, they were in French or they were in German, whatever. I could understand quite a bit of that. So yeah, that gave me a little bit of background in all those different languages. Anyway, so I did study German. So Neun neunzig, 99. That's what episode this is. Neunzig. And then, so retroactively, this is a channel about cross stitch, in case you were wondering what you were getting into. My name is Elizabeth Martinez, phantastitches. I didn't say that at the beginning either. Elizabeth Martinez, phantastitches. This is a channel about cross stitch. This is my 99th episode of Flosstube. I'm doing it all backwards today. So if this was fun for you, hit that subscribe button and you'll get more fun next time. Next week will be my 100th episode. I don't have any giveaways planned right now, but it'll be 100 episodes, which is kind of mind-blowing. I started, I think, December-ish, of probably 2016, I don't know, 2017 maybe. Yeah, because 2016 was when I had surgery, and so I think I started my own Flosstube channel probably, I want to say, I don't know, anyway, 100 episodes ago. But anyways, so it's enough blathering on, I think, and yeah, I'm always terrible about ending these things. I don't have a snappy catchphrase. I don't have, I don't have an easy way out. You can just have an uncomfortable silence. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye.